Happy New Year, guys! Happy New Year, guys! Well, remember when I did my Santa Claus unboxing, I said that would be the last unboxing for this year. Well, it turns out I lied. This came from Arrow Video Sale and also it includes one new hot item. So let's get cooking. Let's get cooking and see what I got here this time. Yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Okay, from the sale. A film that I had never previously seen. I have heard about this, but I kind of skipped this when this was a new film. I think it's from year 2006 and it was directed by Wolfgang Petersen. And the same guy who made also the Das Boot and also the Perfect Storm, yes, and he made another one of these sea-based movies, and this is a remake from another film that I have never seen. It is the Poseidon adventure. I believe it's from year 1972, but this, like I said, was made in the year 2006, and it is starring Kurt Russell, and also a couple of more interesting actors like Josh Lucas and Richard Dreyfuss. And yeah, the plot here is very, very simple. It's about this cruise vessel that is on middle of the ocean or somewhere in the earth, and then there's this rogue wave, which I think it is an actual thing, that there is this thing called rogue waves that are very dangerous. I don't know if they sank like a cruise ships this large, because this thing is freaking huge. This is like, I don't know, 1.4 miles long, and height is like a towering, very huge ship. Well, I don't know the physics about these rogue waves, but it turns out that this is such a big wave that this freaking ship turns over. So the ship is like upside down, and the top part is below the surface, and then there's this group of people who are trying to not to stay in this party hall where all the survivors are, but they want to go through this ship and find their way out of the ship from the bottom of the ship. And it is a dangerous journey. Let me tell you, all kinds of hazards are there. Fires, water, constant fear of drowning and explosions, and okay. So yeah, I used to be like this, like, okay, I don't care about these types of films. But now, okay, there's like 20 years has passed from this film being made, and now there's kind of this like a certain charm to it, certain little charm to it. And I like the fact that how this film is built. It's like very bare bones in its storytelling. You know, there's no like drama, no nothing. There's a very little character development or character backstory, just bare minimum. And the film is quite short. I was expecting like over 2 hours of movie, but no, this is like below 90 minutes before the end titles begin. So this is an amazing achievement for a Hollywood movie, which is this new film. I think the special effects mostly done with the digital, like these huge pictures. I think this was some sort of world achievement when they did the first shot where the camera is panning around this cruise ship in the middle of ocean, and this one guy is running on the decks. I think that was some sort of technical marvel, but it's not that impressive nowadays. You can easily tell, especially from this beautifully mastered 4K, that it is clearly made with the CGI. But all this kind of physical stuff that has been done in the Warner Bros. Studio lot, I think it looks very good. All these kind of water stunts and fire stunts, and these are very, very well shot, and look, some of this stuff looks actually very dangerous. It's a harmless movie, it's an okay movie, it's by no means it's a classic movie, but I was entertained for the 90 minutes that it took to watch this movie. Okay, let's speak about this release. Okay, this is a 4K release, and has a slip cover that looks like this. I have kept the plastic condom around it so it won't get smudgy when I shove it up in my ass. And then, okay, then it's nothing special about this slip cover. And then there's the booklet. Of course I didn't read the booklet, but I can show you the booklet a little bit, at least from it. Suppose it includes cast and crew, happy goddamn new year with hostile universe of Poseidon. It's an essay. And about the restoration. Let's see about the restoration. Poseidon has been restored by Arrow Films, which is presented in original aspect ratio 2.39:1. And 5.1 audio, remastered in HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Original 2K DI files were restored in 4K resolution. Okay, so this is originally, the film is shot, I believe it's shot digitally. Okay, at least the masters were done digitally, so that's why it is not terribly impressive, although I had no problem with the picture quality, but I have seen much better. So it's from the 2K master, so it cannot look like very sharp ever. I don't know if there's available any 4K. I don't know if it was shot on film, so would it be possible? I do believe, and I saw it previously, that it was shot digitally, but I don't think so. It looked like a film, a movie shot on film, but yeah, it could be very well that these are one of the first films that were only mastered on 4K. I mean on 2K. I think Kill Bills, they came out around the same time, and those two were like originally only on 2K. I don't know about the new restoration that is coming from Kill Bill. I certainly hope so that they will make a better home release out of Kill Bills than the 4K that they put out last summer. Yeah, I didn't get those, but okay. Poseidon, I would rate this film 3 stars, and also this is a good presentation with some good extras, also essays and interviews and whatnot. At least technically wise, I think it's like more rewarding than as a movie in its entirety, but make your own conclusions if you want to see the Poseidon. And of course, I'm always interested in your opinions, so tell them in the comments, please, if you are sporty enough. And then one of these golden oldies, this was also from the sale, Arrow Video sale, and yeah, this is something that I have watched like millions of times, so I didn't watch this on 4K, so I cannot comment the picture quality, but hey, it's a classic crime thriller from the 90s, 96 perhaps, I think it was from, okay, it says here 1995. So I don't think I have to, explain the film to anybody. It's about these 4 guys who are questioned by the police, and Kaiser Sose is the evil main guy behind all this, and Chad Palminteri is the cop detective who wants to nail this Kaiser Sose. And this was one of the first Kevin Spacey's movies also, which I remember him from. I think it was from the same year. Yes, it is, if it's from year 1995. So it is same year than Seven came out. So it's a masterpiece. Oh, and it was, I have to say that this is one of those films that I watched so many times that I kind of lost interest to it. I remember having this on DVD, and then I told myself, I'm not gonna watch this anymore. I think I have seen this film enough times in my life. But what do you know? Now I have the 4K from Arrow Video. Yes, I can't comment the picture quality, but I can comment the packaging. Hey, it has nice alternative artwork here. Alrighty then. Let's see, by the way, does this have any alternative artwork, this Poseidon? Let's see. Okay, I think this is the original artwork, this stuff. Okay, maybe I will always put on top in this plastic cover, always put on top the alternative cover style that is not on the slip cover. So now you basically you get easy access for 2 separate artworks. And for some reason, this is the original artwork. I know that for sure, but this is, I think this is a new artwork. I think it looks great, and I do believe that yes, here is the original artwork as well. So hey, tell me in the comments, are you a fan of Usual Suspects? God damn it, I'm drawing these cards like candy. So it contains a bunch of cards. It's a limited 4K edition. Okay, since the cards are not packaged in that cumbersome way, I can show you the cards now. Yeah. Yeah, it's a black and white photographs from the movie. Yeah. Is this, by the way, is this character called Edie Finneran? I think the actor nowadays has been married to James Cameron, if she indeed is the actor. But I know that that actor is in this movie. Today I was searching something else and I noticed this thing. That indeed she's married to James Cameron. Hey, it includes poster with these two separate artworks. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's great. Not terribly huge poster, but hey, I think it's better than nothing. That's for right. That's for sure. Yeah, and finally, let's see the booklet. Okie dokie. Booklet looks like this, and then. Fooling the audience, Christopher McQuarrie's Sleight of Hand by Barry Forshaw. It's the essay about the making of film and about the restoration. Okay, there's no way in hell this is in any kind of 2K mastering, but because that was invented only in the 2000s. The Usual Suspect is presented in original aspect ratio in HDR10 and Dolby Vision. 4K digital restoration of the Usual Suspects was completed by MGM. It was sourced from new 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative and supervised by the director of photography, Newton Thomas Sigel. All right. Okay, maybe this is the film I will watch tonight because, like I said, I was like tired of this film. But now when I think of it, I think I want to see this again, and I especially want to see how does this 4K look, and how does it rate to other new releases here. Okay, one more from the sale, and this is a bigger one. This is not a Shaw Bros because I already showed you the Shaw Bros if you did see my live show during the Christmas holidays or a couple of days before the Christmas. Put a link in here. But here we have another sale title. I don't remember, was this like 40 pounds or something? Quite cheap. Because this includes 5 kick-ass movies from German author, the badass filmmaker Jörg Buttgereit. This includes a Necromantic 2, Der Todesking, Scrum, and 10 bonus disc. Yes, 5 disc special edition collection. I am kinda amazed that this didn't sell out. Hey, by the way, I think I have Scrum already as a limited Arrow video edition. Now I may have to get rid of that Scrum. Yeah. Okay, maybe we do with Apache we do a film special in the Finnish channel, because I don't think Apache will be hard to convince to look this again. I think the cover is stylish, very appropriate, and then usually these types of special editions are kind of hard to fit in the shelf because yeah, it's like almost twice the size of the regular discs. But yeah, let's see the first page. Memento Mori, the Jörg Buttgereit collection, Der Todesking, Necromantic. And I think these are chronologically arranged. And here, don't need the booklet because the essays are within this box, I suppose. Yeah, there's lots of stuff, including some nasty pictures, dirty pictures, hey, even a comic book of necromantic. I didn't know this thing existed. Necromantic's House of Horrors. Murder Among Us, from M to Scream. Bunch of also interviews with Jörg Buttgereit. So I can understand that these films are not for everybody, but these are hardcore. These are definitely hardcore. Hey, what's this? What the hell is this? Oh shit, hey, there's some sort of like a film. Parts of film. Okay, so finally it includes a bonus disc and also, where's the necromantic parts? Hey, where the hell is necromantic 2? I have never seen a box like this. Okay. It was on the last page. There we can see Necromantic 2 and Scram. And yeah, Todes King and Necromantic 1 was on that first page. So, okay, it was 4 movies, not 5 movies. But yeah, okay. These films, definitely, these are not for kids. That's for dang sure. But still, I'm looking forward in watching this. Hopefully I get Apache to watch these with me. Okay, finally, of course, you have seen the cover page of this video. So finally we have one of the most expected release of this fall. I was actually waiting this to appear the next year in 2026. But hey, the mail was very fast, so I got this delivered. So it is Steven Seagal's probably his best film. Okay, that can be debatable. I think my favorite could be on Deadly, not on Deadly Ground. That's great too. Out for Justice. That may be my Steven Seagal favorite, but clearly this is his most famous film. It is. So last night I watched this and my god, this is a film that needs no introductions. Again, I have this on Blu-ray, the Finnish Blu-ray, but also I have 2 VHSs of it. Okay, why do I have 2 VHS of it? Because this one is the regular version, which was distributed in Finland, and this was cut by the Finnish Board of Film Classificators. It was originally rated 18 movie in the cinemas, but since you couldn't put 18 rated movie on a VHS, so they had to cut it down. So they had to cut it 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Can you freaking believe that? And then we have the promotional tape. Made to be only shown for the vendors. So this is, it even says here that this is an uncut version. It says in the opening titles that, hey, you're watching uncut presentation, and if you're not a seller or any other provider or a vendor, please stop now. So that was the rough days of Finnish video censorship. But it's a die-hard clone on a battleship, Steven Seagal against the terrorist. And when I was watching this, I kind of realized that Steven Seagal doesn't even get to be that much in front of the camera. No, it is. I think the show is stolen by Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones. I think these are probably one of my favorite bad guy couples in any movie, anytime. These guys rule. These are amazing. And also these smaller roles are quite good and very well cast as well. So it's a very enjoyable movie. The fight scenes are great. My favorite always will be the scene where Steven Seagal enters this workshop where these like metallic works are being done. So he stabs one guy in the balls and one guy in the armpits and sticks one guy in this electrical saw. So I don't know what you call that. Very huge freaking saw. Huge fucking saw. He puts him through that and the scene ends here. And in this regular VHS version, that entire scene is missing. Yeah. And also, Yeah, I don't think this is a spoiler, but one of my favorites, Dispatches of a Bad Guy. Seagull puts his fucking thumb through his eye and sticks a fucking knife on his head and sticks his head through the fucking radar screen. Now, that is an impressive corpse kill. Now, that is a glory death. I really do like. And it's very well directed by Andrew Davis, and I think it was Above the Law that they did with Steven Seagal. Here it was called Nico, for some reason. I have here Nico as a Finnish VHS, it says here, Nico. And this, by the way, also it says promotional tape, not to be rent, and this also was an uncut version of this film. Yeah. He also did the Code of Silence, Andrew Davis, for Chuck Norris. So he's a very well established action director. Also the music. I have always liked very much about the music in this film. It's very atmospheric and kind of groovy also. I cannot hum it now, but everybody who has seen this probably have paid attention that it's kind of cool music. Yeah. So, the picture quality, okay, I have seen this many times, so the picture quality is the best I have ever seen this on. I mean, I remember watching this VHS, so this has like these dark red rooms. The emergency lighting goes off. So, on VHS, that picture looks like a mess. And also on Blu-ray, it's kind of like a messy shot because the color contrast is, I think it's very difficult for the different kind of video formats to handle. But here it goes with flying colors. I absolutely, genuinely, couple of times watched that. Okay, hey, I'm watching like a new movie. I'm not talking about that it was digitally like removed all the grain, but it felt like very fresh movie. If you're a fan of this movie, I think you need to upgrade this on 4K. God damn it. This is the best the film has ever looked. And it even includes Dolby Atmos audio. Now, it's an older movie. I think it's probably was, I don't know, maybe it was even in Dolby Stereo originally, but at least I don't have Atmos, but at least my 7.1 sound was making lots of interesting background noises and like spatial noises, which is always cool to hear. And the bass level, top notch, my man. Top freaking notch. But it's a booklet here and it includes a couple of, even 2 different essays. A Cook Didn't Do This by Verne, and The Man Next to You, Everyone Who Dies in Underseas by Martin Bedler. And then we must look at the final page. It's my favorite page about the restoration. Underseas has been restored by Arrow Films and is presented in its original aspect ratio with Dolby Atmos audio mixes. And stereo audio is also included. I think it's very great service that if they do this new sound mastering, sound mix, they also include the original sound mix. I think it's great service. Now, I would always choose Dolby Atmos over the older mix because it suits better with the home theater. Yeah, pure and simple. But I appreciate that they have an option to do that. Like, let's talk about Terminator 4K. I appreciate that they included the original mono soundtrack as well. The original 35mm camera negative was scanned at 4K in 16-bit resolution at Warner Bros. Motion Picture Imaging. The film was restored in 4K resolution and color graded at Duplitech. All materials sourced from this new master were made available by Warner Bros. Quality control review was completed by Pixelogic. The new restoration has been approved by the director Andrew Davis. Nice. The new Dolby Atmos mix was produced by Warner Brothers by Andrew Davis and Frank A. Montagno. So, it's a very good job they did with this. I'm very surprised that This is the first Steven Seagal film appear on 4K. Now you might think what you think about Steven Seagal. His reputation is nowadays not as hot as it used to be, but it's not the movie's fault. I mean, so we need to see more Seagal classics on Arrow Video, and I think, if I remember correctly, Arrow Video has also acquired rights to do in 2026 couple of more Steven Seagal classics from Warner Bros. My wishlist would be Out for Justice and On Deadly Ground, but what I think they're gonna do, I'm pretty sure they will do Under Siege 2, but I think the second one could be easily On Deadly Ground. What do you think? What should Arrow put on 4K from Mr. Steven Seagal? Are you a fan at all? And what did you think my final unboxing of year 2025? Thanks for watching and have a great new year. And catch you in the year 2026 in the future, baby. Thanks for watching. Thanks for this year and see ya. Bye.